Feeling down about the future of video games, tired of the layoffs, price increases, discontinuation of physical media, and greedy corporations? Try indie games. Here are 9 upcoming projects made by creative, talented people to look forward to. In no particular order, let's start with HARK the GHOUL. Now, a bunch of these games do have demos on Steam. This one's no different, but really, you don't even need to play it in order to figure out that HARK the GHOUL is really cool. It's a grimy dungeon crawler set deep underground in this world full of bugs and magic spells. The general release date for this one is 2026, and it's by the 3-person French team Deep Denizens, which is the perfect studio name for a game like this. They just recently put out a dev diary video going over the game world, inspirations, mechanics, all that good stuff, but the basic gist is, this is a first-person adventure game with tons of combat options, kind of immersive sim style that you can experiment with, and this big open-ended world to explore from above, below, and every other angle. The atmosphere here is just incredible. I was blown away by this demo, so give it a try if it looks cool and add it to your wishlist if you want to support an innovative, passion-filled project. Okay, let's take a look at the cover art for this next game's EP. This is Catechesis. And while this game looks nothing like the illustration, the music transports you right into the mind of this demon-possessed altar boy Daniel and his many misadventures in this Persona-inspired RPG. Many of you may already be familiar with the French and Spanish developer Baroque Decay, best known for their cult classic Yuppie Psycho, but if you're not, welcome to another one of their twisted, pixelated worlds, now with a demo you can play on Steam. It gives you a great intro into the story and mystery, the combat and stealth, and it will most likely sell you on all that stuff pretty dang quickly. I have a feeling this one's gonna take us to some unexpected places. It already did within the first hour or two that I played, and I will eagerly be awaiting its release date announcement. If you like messed up horror pixel RPGs, please do go check out Yuppie Psycho while we wait for more news on Catechesis. And now for one we'll all be able to play very soon, the Mermaid Mask. Out on July 16th, this is the latest entry in the Detective Grimoire series, and it's a follow-up to 2019's Tangle Tower. This time around, everyone's favorite crime-solving duo will be investigating an impossible murder aboard a submarine. Explore the sub, solve the puzzles, examine the clues, question the suspects. There you go, classic detective game. But a few more things to know about this series. All the characters are fully voiced. Normally this doesn't bother me either way, I don't really care, but here, since you are mostly talking to people throughout the game, it adds so much to their personalities, on top of their already standout visual designs.
You'd like a succinct yet exhaustive rundown of our operational philosophy?
It seems our collective fate hangs on the outcome of your investigation.
Also, the backgrounds and use of color, phenomenal, award-winning, maybe, I hope. Additionally, we now have 3D clues that can be fully rotated and examined. I'm talking about hidden compartments, inscriptions, and secret levers. The team at SFB Games was founded by brothers Tom and Adam Vian, formerly known as the Super Flash Bros, and they're also responsible for one of my favorite indie horror games, Crow Country. And they made snipper clips, which is pretty cool too. Now's the part of the show where I thank you for showing up for all these indie games and developers, and kindly but completely non-pressuringly remind you that I do have a few places you can join and donate. This allows me to keep covering these games and gives you some bonus videos, sneak peeks, and some other goodies in return. I have some very fond, albeit foggy, memories of playing Wind Waker as a youngin', and what I remember most is its extremely colorful world and the freedom I felt sailing from island to island. Enter Jigrift, a 3D puzzle adventure game where the world is a gigantic jigsaw puzzle that you assemble while you explore it. When I first saw this jigsaw mechanic in action, I knew this was the game for me, and this whole trailer just reassures me that calling platformer adventure games my favorite genre is a totally justified choice because just look at it. Of course, there are some MacGuffins you need to collect in order to save the world. This time around, it's 7 ancient masks that house the spirits who need to be freed in order to help you reassemble the island. We've also got lots of interactive puzzle elements and the perfect soundtrack to get you in the groove. This one's being developed by Ryan Throw at Empty Castle Games, with music by Tony Manfredonia, and is slated to come out later in 2026. And back into the darkness we go with Tower of Tears, a 3D survival horror Metroidvania in a vast, interconnected tower ruled by cryptic systems, strange residents, and esoteric mysteries. Ooh. This is the upcoming game from Xena Spectral, French game dev, artist, and music maker known for some really weird stuff, but I think this one takes the cake for me. I love a survival horror, I love a 3D Metroidvania, and I love an onion. There you go, match made in heaven. So many things about this game are just a little freaky, like the UI, the first-person slingshot and flying, the map, like what on earth is going on here? It's like they got an interactive PowerPoint up on screen. Then you got your fun rotating inventory wheel, complete with a slidey phone to take pictures of the baddies you encounter. And at the end of the day, when you're all done with your mission, you can ride back home on this train with your friend and a dead guy. If you're also into this kind of weirdness, then keep an eye out for the Tower of Tears Kickstarter campaign, which will go live shortly after a public demo is released sometime in the future. Now, what can I follow that one up with? How about another tower game? On August 6th, you'll be in charge of recruiting knights, assigning quests, and falling in love? No, carving out your kingdom's destiny, yes. Turning back time, uncovering secrets, and rewriting fate again and again in Sovereign Tower. This game also has a demo that gives you a taste of all this stuff and more, and while this management thing isn't my usual go-to genre, I simply could not pass by these gorgeous illustrations without at least giving it a shot. This one comes to us from Wild Wits Games, another French studio. I don't know what's in the water over there, but keep on dumping it in if it's gonna help these teams create such beautiful games. It's almost like they actually have workers' rights? Nah, that can't be right. Anyway, whatever they're doing in France, it's working. Sovereign Tower, go check it out next month or play the demo on Steam now. I do feel like this list is lacking in one particular type of game, so here is your obligatory hardcore puzzle game. What? I got that one wrong? Mimic Meadows is way too colorful and fun to be that challenging? Nope, it really is that challenging. You play as a magical pink critter who, by mimicking the movements of the animals around them, can transform into a variety of beautiful beasts themselves. This game is tough, but the art and the premise were just too good for me to quit the demo halfway through, so I looked up a walkthrough. No shame in that. I played a decent amount of Succubon games, and while I'm still not very good at them, I can at least recognize when one of them tries something wacky and new, and in this case that thing is taking on the form of different animals, which in turn allows you to move through different types of vegetation and terrain to reach each level's exit. And hey, bonus fact, Mimic Meadows started out as a Pico 8 game, as many of the puzzle greats have. So thank you to the developer Sour Encho for helping keep puzzle games alive, and I look forward to miserably failing at this one whenever it launches in full. And now back to my safety genre, 3D platformer Metroidvanias. Also bonus points here for exploring ruins, abandoned vaults, and underground forests. This is Netherspire, and it looks awesome. You can currently play the Jam version of this game on itch. It's called Tower of the Deep from last year's Shovel Jam. This beauty is being developed by Charlie Wagner, another, you guessed it, French game developer, and also the one responsible for Hypogea, my favorite rusty robo game. Such a great atmosphere and world to explore, and Netherspire looks to expand on this by adding some combat and power-ups. Charlie's games, in particular, I feel like really distill down what it is I love most about games. Exploring worlds, sometimes forgotten and abandoned, and daydreaming about how things came to be this way. No date for this one yet, but you won't have to daydream much longer about playing this last one. Dewdrop Dynasty is a fast-paced Metroidvania that's buzzing your way on July 21st. I feel like it's been a while since I've been this excited for a classic 2D Metroidvania like this, but boy does it feel good to be back. This game did have a demo at some point that I played and really enjoyed. It's not up anymore, but just seeing how far it's come in terms of the art and enemies and systems is inspiring. Developer Goodgist has been uploading devlogs to their YouTube page for years at this point, and it's always a pleasure to see a new video pop up on their page. So here's to a successful launch for them and all the other games coming out this year, and any of these projects that happen to get delayed into the future. You truly are the ones pushing innovation in this space, cleverly remixing ideas from classic games and genres, making beautiful art come to life, and bringing some much needed hope into all of our lives. I wouldn't be here doing this without you, so thanks game devs, you guys rock.